Okay, I've got the touch toggles connected with some 1-foot extension cables, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start plugging them in and figure out which ones are which. I had to shut the lights off because it's a little bit hard for me to see them with this light over my head, but I can see this one is hooked up to circuit number 2, and it's working. So I'm going to sit here and go through this and put them on really quickly. And then I'm going to speed it up, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more about the switches. I marked which ones are turnouts and which ones, every other one is a relay. And then once I have them plugged in, I'm going to put labels on all of the wires so I can unplug them at a later date and then plug them in quickly, so I don't have to figure out which one's which. Again, go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get yourself one of these books. They're little tiny wiring stickers, and they come with like just a bunch of wires stickers, and these are indispensable for this, especially because I've got 30 different circuits going on here at the same time. So I'm going to plug these in. You have to watch the continuity. That's one. Okay, I've hooked up all the relays, and I can see that they're all lit up, and you can see eventually I'm going to tidy these up, but for right now they're all connected. Really easy to plug in. They're color coded, and then these are the turnouts controls right here, so I'll put those aside for a moment. So if I hit the control panel, you can see that the relay, maybe you can't see it, but the relay turns red. So I can sit here and test each one. So far, so good. So those are the loops. There's the turn off switch for the center track, and then all right. So everything appears to be working right now. Again, this is just draft. One thing I noticed is that if you shut this off, it resets itself to green. So if I shut this all off, it's out, and then when it comes back, it's in the open state. So those are the relays. The next I'm going to do is plug in the turnout controls. So right now I'm going to take these guys and Velcro those back in place. This relay is not working, so I've got to investigate what's going on with that. So the rest of these are turnouts. I've got to energize this first. What I'm going to do is unplug this, and I'm going to plug it in to this relay. So now this board's going to light up. So now I'm going to hook the turnouts controls in and plug those in, and 2 of these are going to have to be Siamese. I'm going to be Siamesing, and what they have is they have something here called an input splitter, which is this, and what it does is it allows you to split the input of and get one touch toggle to control 2 turnouts, and that's what I'm going to do for 3 of these pairs or pair. So let me start to plug these in and work out how these are going to connect. So it's 21. So this is one of the ones that has to be split. So according to them, you're going to plug this toggle into here, and this gets in the middle of the 2. And then I'm going to plug this into 21 right here. And then they gave me another extension cable, and that's going to go into 22. Go, and then this guy is going to go into here. I'm going to keep the continuity the same. can kind of hear them both going. So that appears to be working, which is good. So let me go through and plug these in. I'm going to speed up the video again, and I'm going to plug all 12 of these in. That's the whole system right there. The only thing I need to do now is figure out what's wrong with this or get a replacement, and then sort of tidy up the wires and get the wires so they, again, this guy, when it's folded down, is going to be able to go in and out like this. So you can see with the extension cables, I'm not going to have any issues. The only thing I need to do is gather these up and put them in some sort of like groupings so they stay sort of organized as the drawer opens and closes. You won't see it because this thing is going to be, it's only going to come out to here, so you won't see it. Plus it's going to be a lucite panel, so when this goes in, pulls out, it's great. So I'm done for now. I'm going to turn this over and mess around with it some more, but that could not have been any easier, connecting all of these relays. If you can imagine having to solder all this stuff and do 30 different relays times 3. It took me, again, to lay these wires down, it took me about 15-20 hours to do it right. And then the second part of it, this should be the easy part. Now, again, if I have to work on it or have to isolate something, I can just unplug it and replace it. So stay tuned for my next video, and thanks again for watching.